Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. Miguel Cotto and Pacquiao trainer Freddie Roach says Cotto wants Canelo Triple G winner. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, the channel donations, and the Patreon family. We are working. Now, Cotto just fought Kamagai for a WBO belt. I didn't watch the fight, just full disclosure so you guys know. I was covering Mayweather-McGregor in Las Vegas up until yesterday, and I was pretty tired when I got back. Stayed up, kind of went to bed early, just waking up. And I still haven't watched it. I seen a couple of highlights. I read the opinions of some people that I feel I can kind of entrust their opinions in the boxing game. And afterwards, apparently Freddie Roach is saying that Cotto wants the Canelo Triple G winner. Obviously, Canelo Triple G fighting September 16th, which is next. That's up very shortly, a few weeks. They're doing a public workout, and that's what he's saying. This is not the first time in recent memory he said that. And I'm just going to give my thoughts real quick. I told you, we got a new saying. We got a new mantra. Show me. You got to show me that, because to me, I don't believe that. I think Freddie Roach over the years has become, aside from being a trainer, he's become like a promoter. He knows he has a voice, and especially since working with Pacquiao, his star power has risen multiple time, trainer of the year, things like that. He knows people will listen to him in the boxing world, and he says things, and to me it sounds like some things are just said to jog up interest for one of his fighters or their performance. You know what I mean? No different than when Pacquiao was fighting Chris Algieri, they would constantly bring up Floyd Mayweather. Everybody wanted to see the Pacquiao versus Mayweather fight, and it was like a ploy to get you to watch Chris Algieri, because you knew there might be a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow if he gets past his opponent, because they keep mentioning his name. You know what I'm saying? So this is no different. I have multiple reasons why I feel like this, why I don't really believe it, and I'll share with you a few. One, Miguel Cotto was lineal middleweight champion. He fought pretty much a wounded Sergio Martinez, but that's not his problem. If Sergio wasn't equipped to fight, he signed on the dotted line. He got tore out the frame. Cotto won. Cotto got his belts, right? So he's the lineal middleweight champion. The #1 mandatory ever since he beat Marco Antonio Rubio, which was several fights ago, was Gennady Golovkin. He was the WBC mandatory for Cotto. At the time, they did not want to fight Golovkin. This was a couple years ago. And the indication is they didn't fight him. You know what I mean? If that's your mandatory, why not fight him? You know what I mean? And they even paid Golovkin step-aside money to fight Canelo instead of fighting Golovkin. So, why all of a sudden Canelo beats Cotto? Cotto goes into like hiding or whatever, and he's inactive, and he hasn't fought in about, up until this weekend, past weekend, he hadn't fought in over a year. He fought Canelo in November of, what was it? I don't even know what year it was. 2016, 2015. Fights Canelo, tries to fight Kirkland, that fight falls apart, things like that. And at the end of the day, now an inactive Cotto wants to fight Golovkin. You know what I'm saying? And then, I mean, like I said, he just fought last weekend, but he fought Kamagai. And again, without seeing the fight, from what I've heard from my trusted sources, is pretty much what I thought. Kamagai is going to be praised for being tough, but he lacks defense, like you've seen in his fights. But he was fighting Robert Guerrero, who doesn't have a defense, especially when Robert the Ghost Guerrero came up to welterweight. He started fighting like his dad or whatever wanted him to, machismo, like, yeah, oh, this guy's a runner. You know what I mean? He started doing that. So I mean, I knew the outcome. They're gonna use Kamagai's height and his rugged toughness and try to sell it, but Cotto stayed on the back foot from what it sounds like, and he outboxed Kamagai, who has no defense. It's a far cry from either Canelo, who is improving ever since the Mayweather loss. He's probably improved since fighting Cotto, you know what I mean, in terms of new wrinkles and new tricks and stuff. And Golovkin doesn't really have much of a defense too, but he has way greater power than Kamagai at 54. So again, you got to show me something like that, because I don't believe it. Because again, one of the biggest reasons is it makes no sense that when you are mandated to fight somebody, you do everything not to fight them, and then when you have no belt, well, he has a belt at 154, but if he fought Golovkin already made it very clear that he's not coming down to 54 for anyone other than Floyd Mayweather or Pacquiao, right? So your belt at 154 that you just got through a vacancy by beating Kamagai, that really has no bearing on 160. So if you really want Canelo Triple G, I think Freddie Roach is smart enough to know that he would have to meet them at 160, if not very close to 160, like 158 or something like that. And I just don't see him taking that fight. Cotto keeps saying that he's gonna retire, so I don't know. I don't see it. And the only way I do see it is maybe if he's just trying to cash out and have one big hurrah and then hope he can win and, you know what I mean, have another massive fight. But I don't even know if I believe that, because it just doesn't sound, especially if Triple G beats, because he at least fought Canelo, you know what I mean? But you haven't fought the 160-pound Canelo. And put it this way, if Canelo already beat you and then he beats Golovkin because they said they want to fight the winner, right? And he said fighting the loser doesn't really make any sense. So hypothetically, if Canelo already beat you and then he beats Golovkin, who's more of a threat than a guy he already beat, then there you have it. I mean, who's going to favor Cotto to beat Canelo, that just comes off of a high of beating the boogeyman, Gennady Golovkin, who was undefeated, right? Vice versa. If Golovkin beats Canelo, then wow, that's a great name. His last two fights have great certified names that he beat, Daniel Jacobs and then Canelo. So, and he's much bigger than Cotto. I've seen the pictures. So either way you slice it, no matter who wins the fight, it doesn't seem like a likely candidate for Cotto. And it definitely doesn't seem like a fight that I would favor Cotto to win. Like fighting off the back foot versus Kamagai, like I said, is a far cry from Golovkin, who cuts off the ring very nicely, who's mad bigger than Cotto, and Canelo already beat him. And if he beats Golovkin, who is his nemesis for the time, and some people were saying he was scared, some people were saying he's afraid of him, then Canelo's confidence is going to be through the roof from beating Golovkin. So I don't see it, but let me know if you agree with Freddie Roach. I just want to give my thoughts. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.